Hello guys and welcome to another 10 worst lyrics, today being the Lil Yachty edition. It's been quite a while since I did one of these worst lyric themed videos. I think the last time I did one was on Eminem, which, while I'm a really big fan of Eminem, he does have bad lyrics and that was like kind of a controversial one but anyway, there were many lyrics to choose from on this list because whether you hate Lil Yachty or if you love him, you have to admit, lyrically, he's really not that strong. With all that being said, guys, if you want, you can check me out on my Twitter under the name CDTVProductions. And today, I'm going to be telling you what I think are the 10 worst Lil Yachty lyrics, and let's get right into this list. And at number 10, we have this line on his intro to the Lil Boat mixtape called Just Keep Swimming. 26 for a nigga hand, I'm so cold, you might need a fan. I don't know who I am. I'm trying to work out the logic here. Why would you need a fan if you're cold? I live in Scotland, right? It's damn cold here, and the last thing I want is a fan. If something's cold, I want to heat up, not get colder. And at number 9, we have this lyric on IDK. Ice on my neck costs a ton control. Please do not call up. I kinda get what he's alluding to here, but Tonka trucks themselves cost like 50 bucks. That must be a very inexpensive chain you're rocking there, Yachty. This isn't the first jewelry-based bad lyric that Yachty has said, and there will be another one on this list. I feel like Yachty says really contrived stuff, literally just because it rhymes, not because it actually makes sense. And at number 8, we have this lyric on Broccoli by D.R.A.M. Ice on my neck cost me 10 times 3, $30,000 for a nigga. Something isn't quite adding up here. Just the way Yachty says this line makes it so awkward. Like, he follows him saying 10 times 3 directly by saying the result would be $30,000. My point there is maybe like if he worded it a bit differently, it would sound better, but the way he says it, it just sounds stupid. It was possibly the worst way he could have worded it, because the way he says it sounds like he's saying 10 times 3 equals 30,000, which I'm pretty sure we all know is not the case. And at number 7, we have a lyric from D.R.A.M Freestyle. Goddamn, boat you hella wild. Turn your mother to a better foul. Bet she wanna fuck me. For context, Yachty was like 19/20 when this album dropped. It would have made sense, but still would be a weird line if he said this line when he was a lot younger. I'm not sure if he knows the definition of pedophile. Like, he's just describing a mother who's a cougar. Yachty is old enough to give consent, so there's nothing pedophilic about someone's mother wanting to bang him. He's kind of making this whole situation unnecessarily creepy, something he does quite a bit on his Teenage Emotions album. And at number 6, we have another one of those creepy lyrics from Priorities. Cause she get wet and she suck me like an insect. She my stepsister, so I guess that's incest. Why do you have to go ahead and make this album super weird again? Wow, this is just such a strange line. It's not the only incest reference on this project either, which is words I really didn't want to say. And don't let the weirdness distract you from the fact that he's wrong again. Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong things here, maybe my priorities are wrong, but I'm focusing on the fact that this line also just isn't true. Like, the last thing we should focus on in this line is the logic of it, but it's not incest if you get with your stepsister, as weird as that is. Incest is sexual relations with a blood relative, which a stepsister is not. So yeah, as well as being super strange, it's not even correct. And at number 5, we have this lyric from Forever Young. You're probably starting to see a bit of a theme here, as yet again, this line doesn't really make sense logically. I don't know what Walter White ass dealer he's getting his moonshine from. Scientifically, it's really hard to get 99% alcohol moonshine. Almost impossible. It's usually only around 75%, which is still a lot, but it makes Yachty's comparison really weak. Most moonshine is just not 99% concentrated, therefore in most cases the line just isn't right. Also, wouldn't he want this chick to keep it 100% with him? What if that 1% that she's hiding from you is some really important stuff? The big phrase is keep it 100 with me. 99 doesn't really have quite the same meaning, and I'm not sure if it's something you should really brag about. And at number 4, we have a lyric from They Lookin. Yes, you heard that right. Shiny. Just like cheese. You know, that solid looking block of yellowness that couldn't even reflect a floodlight. You should get a refund from your jeweler, cause I doubt you paid for an expensive grill just to have your teeth looking like cheese. Out of all the yellow and shiny things in the world, you couldn't even pick one, Yachty. There's the sun, for example. That might be a good one, as it's typically described as yellow, and I'd hazard to say it's pretty damn shiny. But you went for cheese. I couldn't think of a yellow object that looks duller. And at number 3, we have a lyric from For Hot 97. Check that on my wrist. I'm the richest at the group, just like Chris Jenner. Ooh, not quite. Fact checking, man. Fact checking. That's all you have to do. So this line is clearly saying that Yachty is the richest in his group, just like Kris Jenner is the richest in her family. But that's not true according to the stats. In literally 30 seconds of research, I found that Kim Kardashian has a net worth of over double Chris's. And additionally, maybe Yachty's just talking about Kris being the richest of the Jenners, but that's also not true because Bruce/Caitlyn Jenner still has a higher net worth than Kris. So, while she still is very rich, she's not the richest out the group. And at number 2, we have this lyric from Boat Time. I don't fuck around with these new dudes. Yeah, all these niggas squares like a GameCube. How did Yachty manage this? It's called a game cube, not a game square. It's in the name. A square is a flat 2D shape. A cube is not. You contradicted yourself within your own line. You can spin it any way you want, but this line is such a stretch. This is a square. This is a cube. They are very clearly not the same thing. Why would you write this down and say it? Each side of a GameCube is square, fair enough, but the GameCube itself is not square. The line just speaks for itself, really. I don't have to say any more about that one. And at number 1, what is, in my opinion, the worst Lil Yachty lyric, we have this classic line from Peekaboo. I also want you to know, he said that same line on his song IDK2. That's twice he said that. That's 1 whole year he had to find out what a cello was, and he still messed it up. This was a line that could be fixed by typing the word cello into Google. In case you don't know, this is a cello. Sure, you could blow on it, but it really wouldn't do much. But why this is number 1 is not only because it's just generally awful, a line that could be solved in 5 minutes, and something that was literally put there as a bar to fill space, but another reason why it is number 1 is because of Yachty's horrible excuses for it. He blames his A&R for this line. He says, and I quote, "My A&R listened to it multiple times and he allowed me to say that." What? You wrote it. This is 100% your fault. And as I said, this is the second time you've said this line. Then to make it even worse, he says, "I guess I thought the instrument Squidward played was the cello, hence that's why he said this." And then he goes on to say, "I was wrong. He plays a flute." No, he doesn't. He plays a clarinet. Even Yachty's justification for this line made a slip up on the instrument yet again. Are you gonna blame your A&R for that slip up too? Oh my god, this is just full scale awfulness lyrically. You can't blame anyone else for this line except yourself, Yachty. It's on you. Number 1 worst Lil Yachty lyric ever, hands down. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and of course subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're getting closer and closer to that 100k every single day, and I'm genuinely so excited to hit it. If you want to listen to my first ever song that I released, as always, the links to that will be in the description. It's on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Google Play, iTunes, Amazon, and Deezer. That's all the platforms it's on. So I also uploaded it on YouTube, but that's just the platforms if you want to download it or stream it or whatever. Always make sure to follow me on my social media accounts, trying to get more followers on those, and you can find me everywhere under the username CDTVProductions. Always type it lowercase just in case, like for example Snapchat is lowercase, and my name will come up. With all that being said guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys all in the next one, and this is CDTV Productions, signing out.